Religious people like to talk about how religion is the way to live your life, and while I am a religious person myself, I find it extremely hypocritical of religious people not living up to what they preach constantly to other people, and it is about time someone calls it out. Welcome back to the channel where I talk about issues in the society. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Religious people all have a very similar ideas about the God of the universe and that he is all-loving, merciful, all-good, and all-knowing, and while that is a very respectable definition of God, it is truly mesmerizing just how hypocritical religious people are, especially Christians and Muslims. They often say that the best way to live your life is to give your life to God, and that the way these religious people live is a lot better for the growth and development of society. But the hate they have for each other is truly another story. The Christian religion is supposed to be all about love and kindness and the fact that Jesus was a perfect man, and it is wise that we should all follow him. But when you look into the faith itself, they have no love for one another. They constantly Bible bash and have an obvious obsession with telling people that they are going to hell, and that really not the best way or any way to get someone to join your faith. The entire Christian faith can't agree on anything the Bible say, but when it comes to hating and oppressing other religious people who don't agree with them, they all unite with each other to just hate that group of people, like Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, even churches who are a part of Christianity, but they completely cast out of the religion, like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saint, commonly known as the Mormon Church, and Jehovah's Witnesses. And if you don't believe, just watch this, how they team up to hate on the Islamic faith, instead of answering the question the person asked them, but not even the question they can answer without disputes. Their disagreement and differences on a topic. This reminds me of a comment from a brother. He said, talk to 5 Christians individually. Ask them, how do you describe the Trinity and justify the divinity of Jesus? You will get 6 different answers, because the 6th one is yours. Going back to the video, a Christian asked a question that if Christ's return is dependent on Christians spreading the gospel, what happens if believers don't fulfill this? Listen to the answer Michael gave and how quickly John McCrae disagrees.
Hey, Mike, I think you said in one of your vids on Christ's return that part of the process of it depends on Christians spreading the gospel. What happens if believers don't fulfill this? Because my position is that Christ will work through the body to eventually do it. And again, if you were to go back 2,000 years and see the world we have now, people would think you were living in the resurrection period just from the amount of technology and good that we have here. They would feel like we were living in a paradise. And so how did we get from point A to point B? Well, Christianity was crucial in that, and Christianity will be crucial into getting us to that period. We just have to trust Christ's plan and keep spreading the gospel, and we will get there, on my view, which is the post-mill view.
Yeah, I don't have a solid view on eschatology. I lean toward dispensationalism.
Ugh.
Look at how repugnant and irritating dispensationalism sounds to Mike. Dry Wood, on the other hand, seem very confused and will probably be thinking, this too are wrong, and how ignorant it will be for him to agree with either of them. For those who probably don't know, dispensationalism is a system for analyzing and interpreting the Bible in a more literal sense, focusing on biblical covenants, Israel and the church, as well as the end of days.
Yeah, so... But I mean, it's something that I haven't, I hold with an open hand, so I'm not really sure. So I'm not sure if I agree with Michael's view.
Exactly. You think they are together, but their hearts are diverse. It gets even worse.
Who knows? We'll see.
Look, even if you don't agree with my view, you should be living like a post-mill.
You're a preterist, so...
A partial preterist.
Full preterist.
No. You should be...
Dry Wood had to quickly save the day because he knew it could get physical. However, he did it in the most bizarre way imaginable.
Every Christian should be living like
better
a
a preterist than a pedophile.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Since I heard you guys in here referring to some people who support child marriage.
Stay away from Islam. Right.
The commenter on the video is completely correct. What kind of religion has it become when you focus on a common enemy and you all continuous hate on other religion? Isn't Jesus supposed to be about love and kindness? How is this love and kindness if it is so that you don't agree with people's beliefs and you think that they are wrong? Isn't there a kinder way to go about it rather than literally insulting Muslims all the time? Another thing is these same Christian church gang up on and bully other Christian faith like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and Jehovah's Witness is almost like their pure intention is to provoke these people and get them upset and constantly find issue with their faith, even though there are many problems within their own faith. If you guys are people who believe in Jesus, because Jesus was all about being kind and treating people well, he never did provoke anyone. I find it very hard to see that Christian people are all about love when you obviously don't show it to people of other faiths or even among yourselves. Muslims are also hypocritical too because they constantly look for religious disputes with other faiths. The idea of a God that wants to test people is strange if we have Muslims that talk about other faiths like this.
I'm sorry? It's not a white country, but I'm staying here for work reasons at the moment, or not only just work reasons, but I'm also here because I want to tell people about Islam. And if I stay in a Muslim country, they're already Muslim, so there's no point of me telling them about Islam, right? So I have to be in a place where people are not Muslim, right? So if I'm in the UK, there is a lot of people who are from different religions, different faiths, where I can have dialogue, because this is what I do, right? Interfaith, religious discourse, and all of that. So I engage with different people. So here there's a diversity of people, Jewish, Hindu, Christian, and all of that. And I engage with them. And I would not be able to do that in a Muslim country. Therefore, I'm here for that reason.
And so
Christian, some Muslim countries, perhaps you can, yeah.
Could a Christian move to a Muslim country and freely and openly convert the people from Islam to Muslim? I mean, to Christian?
Well, it depends on the country, but ideally under Islamic law, no, you're not allowed to, because Christianity is false while Islam is the truth.
And
so just because you guys are liberal, wait, I'll answer you. Just because you guys are liberals, following liberalism, and you believe that anyone can do whatever they want to do, that does not mean that we're also liberal, all right? We don't allow harmful ideologies for our children. We don't allow rainbow flags in our countries. We don't allow these harmful ideologies to infiltrate into our people. So we are very self-aware of what is the truth, and we try to follow the truth, and we don't allow falsehood to be broadcasted. But if a Christian goes and speaks with Muslims about Christianity, no one will do anything to him. For example, I'll give you an example, right? In Egypt, there's 50 million.
How is it ever fair for you to come to other people's countries to spread your religion, but other people can't do the same? It sounds quite unfair and controlling. The real issue is if you can't show love to people of other faiths, that religious people can live in love and harmony. How is it that you want someone like an atheist to become religious because all outsiders see are contentions? The YouTube sphere of religious commentary isn't about just sharing beliefs. It is about bullying other people who don't agree with you and constantly offending them and finding everything you can to discredit them. It's not about but reasoning, but about being right under any circumstance. So as a religious person myself, how long is it going to take before we finally learn to love each other and stop provoking other faiths we disagree with? That is a question for us to think about. Until then, see you in the next one.